Hello and welcome to ML Creations Crafting with Gina. My name is Gina Connor and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from Northern Ireland. Today I want to show you how to make a pop-up box card using the kindest gnomes. I love these little gnomes. I think they're so cute, and I've gone ahead with ahead of the video. I've gone ahead and stamped the stamps with the Memento ink, and then I have taken quite a few blends and coloured them in. I've gone ahead even and done the little toadstool because these are the features that I'm going to use in my card. My base card is the new one of the new ink colours. It's called Sweet Sorbet, and it's not red and it's not pink. It's lovely. It's in between. It's nice and bright and cheerful. So my main colours that I've used to colour in with my blends are Sweet Sorbet. So that's what the little hats and the t-shirts are, and the toadstool with. So I've got light and dark Sweet Sorbet. I can do a little tutorial again if anybody wishes for me to show you how to colour these in and give shading. See how his little hat is. So my main colours for the little gnomes are Sweet Sorbet, Granny Apple Green for the green, Night of Navy, Balmy Blue, Soft Suede. The little beards are done, you can see, with a pale smoky grey, I think it is. Let's see. Yeah, smoky slate. I've done their little noses in a skin colour tone called Ivory. I haven't got the new skin tones, but this was one that we had before. And so I've just sort of had fun colouring them in. My little gnome toadstool house is coloured in with crumb cake, light crumb cake. The door is soft suede with a little bit of dark. And basically I've just run a slightly darker colour of crumb cake along the lines just to give a little bit of shading. Okay, so we'll go ahead. The way, if you haven't seen any of my tutorials before, I tend to write them down on a piece of paper as we go along and explain what we're doing, and that way I hope you find it easier to follow. So my piece of Sweet Sorbet card measures 4 3/8 by 11.5. I've done a little this is basically the shape that we want to get for our box card, okay? And so we've scored it at 2.5. We'll just do this now and leave this here. Okay, so we're going to score at 2 inches. I'll take my cutter blade out of the way to start it off with, and I'm going to score along, and I've got it measured at the 2-inch mark. You can't see here. I need to move it along my camera. Okay, so go to 2 along the 4 3/8. This is 4 3/8, and I'm going to go to 2 and score down the whole way. Okay, and then at the 11.5 side, I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch. Okay, so go there and score it 1/2 inch, and then move it along to 2.5 and score again. Move it along to 6, score, and then last score line is 8, like so. Okay, then I wanted us to turn around again and move it to the 2-inch line. Okay, and this time I want you to bring your cutter up And what I want us to do is I want to cut along the 2-inch score line down to the very last, and you can't see, the very last score line here. Okay, so if you can see, this is the last score line here. So line it up at 2 and cut the whole way down to the last score line. With our Stampin' Up cutters, we've got a little mark on each side so that you can line it up where your score line is. So you literally finish at the score line there. Okay, and then I want us to go to the last score line here, and I want us to go, I'm going to move this in actually now. So go to the last score line here and just cut down to this where you have actually cut. All right, so just cut that lined up, it is lined up, cut down to there, like so. Okay, and that is going to be the start of our you want to take a screenshot of that. So it's at 1/2 inch, 2.5, 6 and 8, and this is 2 inches up. Okay, and this is then 2 3/8 this side here. All right, so take a bone folder and give everything a firm crease. Okay, like so. And then what we're going to do is bring it round, and this is going to be the tab that we're going to stick together. So we're just going to cut off a little angle here and a little angle there. Okay, and we're going to bring it round so it's going to sit like this. Okay, so we're going to bring this tab here on this side, add a little bit of glue, not too much because it'll squeeze out of the edges like that. And I find that it's easier if we bring it over and we just fold this over and the two edges will meet, and you make sure that it's nice and straight like so. Okay, so that's your, I've squeezed out a little bit there, but it does dry clear, so we're okay now. And that's our little box. So the next, and I haven't actually written these out, but these are 1 inch deep by 4.5, and I need 3 of these. I got 4. I've actually need 3 of these. And so, and I've scored 1/2 inch on either side. So for this box, it's going to fold flat into an envelope. So we want to have 1 flap going in and 1 flap going out, like a Z, like that. Okay, and we'll do them all the same. 1 in, 1 out, 1 in and 1 out. Okay, now I hope that I can show you what I'm going to do, that it's good on camera. So I'm going to take and I'm going to add a little bit of glue to that edge, and inside the box I'm going to tuck it right up into the corner like so. You see? And then with this being on the inside, I'm going to add a little bit of glue. Okay, and I'm not actually going to place it, I'm going to just close my box shut like that, and that immediately gives it so that it's nice and straight. Can you see in there? so it's nice and straight. So you put the glue on one side. We're going to do all 3 of them. So I do one at a time, and add a little bit of glue on this side. We'll see what happens if we do it on this side as well. Okay, so I'm going to stick it in. I'm going to hold this back, and we're going to add this in and slide it down so that it's along the top. Okay, and you're happy with it there, and then just shut it properly, shut it tight, flat like that, and it should we'd like that up a little bit, that's it, so it goes flat, and that makes sure that you're getting them evenly spaced and they're straight. Okay, last one. So a little bit of glue on this side. So these are all running back on this side, and these are all running forward on this side. And I'm just going to add a little bit of glue here now. And hold that one in. And I'm going to slide this one in so that they all touch. Okay. And then I'm going to line that one up and just close it. And this is how your card will be in an envelope, like so. So if you go this way and you go that way, they're both, it doesn't matter what side you close it down on, they'll both go into the envelope. Okay, so that's our box constructed. Now for all the little bits and pieces to decorate it with. Okay. This is for the front back. This for this bit here, okay. And I'm doing layering, so it's crumb cake. My crumb cake measures 3 3/8 by 2 1/4, or 2 3/8 should I say. Okay, so 2 3/8 by 2 3/8, 3 3/8, sorry, by 2 3/8. Basic white is 3 1/4 by 2 1/4. So what I'm going to do is, I just want to give this a little bit of colour. So I'm going to take my blending brush and some soft suede, and as you can see I have taken a little bit and I've done, and that's all the colour I want on my brush, as little as possible. And I'm taking balmy blue because I want it for the sky, and just move these both across, and I want a little bit of ink off this, and I'm doing it like that. Now to come over to your cards, I sort of want this to be my sky, but not completely, and I'm just rubbing it gently like so. And you can have it as dark as you want, but it's better to start off with a little bit of light and then add more ink as you want to make it darker. I think I'll add a little bit more ink too. And this is just for background, really more than anything. I might add a little bit of the brown just along the bottom. Okay, like so. And then I'm going to add this to my crumb cake. Off camera in a minute. And add it on, okay? Like so. Make sure it's nice and even. And then I'm going to add some glue to the back of this. And I'm going to add this to the back of my card. we'll do the same for the front of my card. So that I'm going to do the front bit of this. And I'm going to do this just in brown, soft suede. Take on the effect of it being on the ground. Yeah, okay, but I'm going to add a sentiment here, so I'm going to add this before I add it on. So this is from the gnome, Kindest Gnome set as well. There we go, and just let that dry, but meanwhile I'll add this crumb cake to the front of my box. And this is the measurements for the front of my box, and that is 3 3/8 is my crumb cake by 1 7/8, and then the basic white is 3 1/4 by 1 3/4. I'm going to decorate these panels here at the side as well, and we have two exactly the same, so they're both the crumb cake is 1 7/8 by 1 7/8, and the basic white is 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. So we're literally going down an 1/8 of an inch at a time. And I'm just going to do these to take the whiteness off them. Okay. And add a little bit of glue. Like so. And add these to the side. And this just makes your box a little firmer as well by adding layers to the side, like so. And there we go. And then the last bit I want to cover, and this is where you'll write your sentiment, is on the back. So my piece of crumb cake measures 4 1/4 by 3 3/8, and my basic white is 4 1/8 by 3 1/4. But I'm going to leave this bit because I want to stamp on it, and I don't want to do that until I'm ready for it. But I'll add the crumb cake to the bag, and then we can decorate with our nose. Make it cute. Okay. I'm very excited because Stampin' Up have finally announced that they're going to open in Ireland later this year. So it's been something that I've been waiting for a very long length of time, and I can't wait to be able to go down to the south and run workshops and events and build a team as well. So if you're interested in becoming a customer of mine or joining my team, please feel free to get in touch. My email address is Gina with a Gina at or Gina8210 at btinternet.com. I would love to hear from you. If you would like me to run an event closer to you, and you have a venue in mind that I would be able to set up and do an event, do a workshop or do classes, it's just a matter of me packing the car and driving to you. I could liaise with if you just let me know what the venue is, then I can take it from there. I wouldn't expect you to organise it for me, but it's just if you have somewhere that you would recommend, that'd be great. I used to do the craft show in Belfast for many years and spoke to many lovely ladies from Ireland, and unfortunately at that time I wasn't able to sell to them, but now hopefully I will get to meet some of them again. And I'm just cutting around these very quickly with a pair of snips rather than head off to the big shot. Just while I'm talking to you, I presume. Just while I'm talking. There we go. Two more. The images have lovely clean lines, so it is easy to snip around them. Three. And last one. He's super cute underneath. He's peeking out underneath his little hat. There we go. So just put those little bits over to the end. Time to decorate. Now, this is going to be a bit awkward for me to show you what I'm going to do. But basically, I want to add layers to my images, and just by putting a bit of glue or tape. So I'm going to use tape, and I'm just going to literally put it along the bottom, and then I'm not at risk of it squeezing out. And I'm just going to do it the same for all of these little people, except for this wee man. I've got a different place for him to go. And I think I'm going to put him along the back, so I'll just do this. So I'm going to put my toadstool first because it's the biggest image. And I don't want him flat against this. I'm just going to literally put him down. And I'm going to make sure that it's not sticking out. Okay. So he's sitting like that, you see. So I just put a bit of tape along the bottom of it and attached it to the edge of this. Now, this wee man I'm going to put up against. Actually, I might actually put some dimensionals on him so that he does sit out a little bit. I do like a little bit of texture or dimension to my project. So I'm just going to put, okay, and I'm just going to set him so that he's there. So he's cute, sitting out. Okay, you see that? Like so. And then this wee man, I want him on this corner here. So I'll just add a little bit of glue for him. There. And this little lady, I think I will she's taller, isn't she? So I might put her sort of halfway in the middle. So her hands are just literally coming to the top. Okay, you see how it's taking place? And then this little boy is going to be okay, so that's them. Now for little bits of grass. I haven't shown you these, so I'll cut these little blades of grass out using Granny Apple Green, and it's using the dye. Then we have these cute toadstools, and with a short stem and a long stem. So I'm just going to add a few of these. I'm going to go first of all to this side here where I haven't stuck anything, and I'm just going to add a tall one first of all, and then I'm going to add it with a dimensional. And we're going to do the short one. And again, add a little dimensional. And then I'm just going to add, okay, so that's one side. So I'm going to do again, I'm going to do these up here. And take a small one. These are great dies because if you have just a scrap of paper of different colours, you can run it all through at the same time. So it doesn't take long to cut. That's why I sort of have mine in a little box. And again. There we go. And I just want to add some of the grass to the back of my card. So what I would suggest, which is what I found worked well, I had some scrap card and I'm just going to stick that to the top like so. Okay, and then so it's just like that, but I wanted to have a bit of strength, so I want to, whoops, when it's dry it will not come away like that. Okay, and then I'm going to add it. And then the grass is literally sitting on the top. Whoops. I'm trying to show you at the same time what I'm doing. You see? Look. It's in there. But you can't see it because it's just sitting on the top. Like that. So that's a little tip for you. Going to add a little toadstool. Am I going to add any more? I think I will. Might add more grass actually, and then I can see what I'm going to. Can you see what I'm trying to do here? Just sort of build it up a little bit. I'm going to put some grass here. That's what I am going to do. So add some grass to my. So I'm only just putting it where you won't see it behind. It's like a grass on a lollipop, like that. And I'm going to snip it down, and that gives it plenty of being sturdy. I think I might put this wee boy there. So I'm just putting it like that. Just wondering how a toadstool will look. Shall we see? Yeah. Oh, that's cute. You see? I think I will do. I might do a piece of grass back in there actually. Now, and I'm only cutting off about 1 inch, and that gives it enough stability. So I'm going to add some glue there, and I'm going to stick it right in there. Now, grass is turned over on that side there. And I might add a wee toadstool. I think it needs grass though behind it, doesn't it? I'm getting carried away now with grass and toadstools, aren't I? There we go. And there. Now I am going to stick another toadstool on. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue on the back, on the front of him, and then adding it in here. And then adding a little bit of glue to the top. Now, so what do you think? I think I'm maybe going to have to stop there, aren't I really? So, one more thing that I want to add to my toadstools are some pearls, some little pearls. Now, you can see I've got lots of different colours and everything on this, but I'm going to lie it down flat so you can see all my little pearl, or all my little you know the way little toadstools have got little white dots on them. How's that? I think I might put one up in the corner of this house. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think that might do me. So that is my little pop-up box. If you've made it along with me, I hope you've had fun decorating it. I will have to do the back of it now, don't I? That's what I did forget. I knew I was going to forget about that one. So that was the measurements for it. And I'm just going to add a little bit of brown along the bottom of it, just to take off the starkness of the white. A little bit more ink on it. Okay, and I'll maybe add some blue up here. I think I've taken my blue away, but it's okay. I'm going to just stamp the sentiment again. I'm just going to use the same one as that, the front. as I have a few left, I'm just going to do some in the corner. Add a little bit of glue. Last one. Mix it. And I'll just add some glue to the back of this. Oops. And add it there, like so. Okay, now just to show you that it does fit into an envelope. So this is what it looks like. But it does fit into an envelope, like so. And then when you take it out, it stands up and it's super cute, like that. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you will be inspired with my project, and I'll see you again soon then. Thank you very much. Bye bye.